It's time. I've been through it. I am finally ready to watch the day 2 of Blizzcon for the Overwatch What's Next panel. It is a couple days later. I know that watching this is going to be really exciting. I haven't looked anything up. I haven't watched any videos. I'm going in completely blind, so I can't wait. I do know that this panel specifically talks about the new Clash game mode, and then they also are talking about Competitve 3.0, the changes they're making to ranked. Oh, how could I forget? They're also showing some early gameplay footage of the new DPS hero coming in Season 10, Venture, and they are also giving a little sprinkle, maybe, of a glimpse into the new support hero coming in Season 12. I have it ready to go. Let's watch. And also, subscribe. New setup. It's looking good, right?
A little bit of feedback on our competitive system.
Oh, here it is. Here's the big one,
last year.
Competitve 3.0.
And we've listened to all of it. We've been hard at work on a pretty big overhaul to it. And Gavin is here to talk us through it.
Thanks, Aaron. First, I want to tell you about our approach to improving competitive play. So, as most of you know, we have some big problems to solve.
Yes.
We're not transparent about how we construct our matches,
No.
how your rank is determined, or how our rewards function.
And that's the main issue,
Most
is
of
we
you
have
golden weapons
no
you'd ever
idea.
want, so giving you competitive points doesn't feel great. And since we launched Overwatch 2, we've had issues with the way players are distributed at our highest and lowest ranks. But thankfully, though, these problems make our goals pretty straightforward. We need to put more feedback in the game about every aspect of competitive that we can. We need new rewards and improved clarity around how to get them.
I'm wondering what the new
And we need to
rewards are
address
going to be.
points. Things like how bad it feels to be on a loss streak.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
So, yeah. Yeah.
There's an X through that. So they're getting rid of the card system.
So in Season 9, we're introducing a variety of changes to competitive play.
Season 9?
First, we're removing the requirement to get 5 wins or 15 losses to get a competitive update.
Thank you. That sucks. It sucks because it's like, big thing. It sucks so bad, not just because like you get a visual representation of you played 4 games and you're on a loss streak. So it has 4 games, 5 losses. You get a visual representation of that every single time you play a new game of competitive. So you're looking at 4 cards out of 5 ready to go, and all you're doing is staring at it and just being like, I just need one more. But it sucks so bad. And with all of that, on top of that, if you didn't finish your cards at the end of the season, that would go against you for your rank. So the fact that they're getting rid of this means that there's probably going to be less like issues with rank on the new seasons. So this is a huge change, and I'm happy that they're going ahead and just Season 9. So that's about 4 to 6 months away, but that's still like huge.
In its place, we're adding a new page that makes your rank more transparent than ever.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Call this the competitive.
How much do I love this? This is so awesome. Okay, I'm like, just at a glance, it's awesome.
With this new system, your rank will update after every match, win or loss.
Look at that. Okay, advantage, streak, collaboration. So a little bit of a boost if you play with friends like a duo. Rank progress 85% to show where you're getting. That's from gold 2. Oh, because it's gold 1 now. And then so to the next one for gold 5. Interesting. Wins grant triple. Look at how many competitive points that is. 200. Are we going to have challenges that earn us extra competitive points, like competitive challenges, so we can get competitive points? Because I don't think competitive points should go away. I think we just need to get more. So we get more competitive points, and then that's going to be used for different rewards. Because currently we only have the gold guns. So are we going to have... I love the screen just as it is right now. Seeing what our rank is, having a progress bar to where we're at, that feels a lot better.
Progress bar at the bottom shows exactly how much your rank increased after this win. You can see that ranking up to Plat 5 is on the right, and ranking down to Gold 2 is on the left.
That's what that means. Okay,
so
ranking down.
Game and it hits Plat 5, you immediately rank up to Plat 5. You're not waiting extra games to do something.
I like that.
It
So
just
it's a current system.
Yeah.
So it says you're working to Plat 5. When you hit it, you're Plat 5. Point blank period.
So we call those green arrows below that progress bar rank modifiers. They show why your rank changed the way it did. So these are explained in detail by the information button on this page. But an example here
There's
is
an information button on the page.
this one means you ranked up even more because you're on a win streak.
Okay.
We'll talk about that smaller progress bar in the
That
top
makes
right
sense.
corner.
That's
But
your
as you can see
MMR
at the
going up.
bottom, we've also added a link that takes you straight to the final scoreboard.
There's also a rank progress. It might be hard to read. It's a little bit small on the screen, but it's right above that
85%.
bar right
Oh,
there.
that's the
And right now
information
it
button
says
is
your
the I
rank
next to it.
progress is 85%. So
Okay.
you can see you're exactly 85% of the way to the next rank. What we're hoping here is that you're gold 1 and you're 85. You're 85% of the way through gold 1. And
So
that-
they
that
want to, so
actually
it
has
looks
more-
like they're
more
wanting to
meaning
lean
for
into
the vast
still
majority
having
of
like
play. And
numbers,
also
still
at the
having
same
something
time,
that can
the
feel
difference
nostalgic of the
between
old
a gold
system,
3
but
and a gold
it's
4
just updated.
Sometimes it's like less than 4 wins away from each other. And so that wasn't necessarily conveyed very well through the SR system. We really like having these divisions in there, and we really want people to know precisely where they are in that division. And so that's the reason we went this way. Obviously, we listen to feedback, you know, like the system can evolve over time, but this is where it's at right now.
I love that. I love it so much. I think that's such a great way to show where you are.
When we launch Season 9, we'll also be resetting ranks and bringing placements back to Overwatch 2. So this isn't a full MMR reset, but it will give you a chance to make a big change to your rank because your placements games will count.
Placements coming back. That's
we wanna
cool.
do that every year, along with some big changes to our systems and hero balance. We want to give
They want to
everyone
do a
chance to
reset
earn a
every
new rank
year.
because we'll also be redistributing players at all ranks. Those of you in Bronze 5, Silver 5, and Silver 4 know how hard it can be to rank up in our current system, and we can fix that with the redistribution.
Okay.
Those of you in Grandmaster 1 also know that we have more Grandmasters than we ever did in Overwatch 1. So, as part of this redistribution, we're also adding a new rank above Grandmaster called Ultimate.
Dude! They listened! They listened to SK. SK literally said this because she was talking about how they needed to make something higher than Grandmaster. Like above top 500 even. Just like something that made it more special considering the player base and how it ended up in like how it was like GM2s were getting top 500 because of how the player base went. So they're adding like another layer. That's amazing.
We want to update our competitive rewards every year too. So in Season 9, we'll be adding Emerald weapons. Now,
Emerald.
this art's not final, but hopefully it gives you an idea of the types of rewards we want to add each
So
year.
wait, so is gold above emerald then? Emerald looks sick. It's weird. It's green, kind of out of place. But I love that they're going into we want like a gemstone or like a metal, like a semi-precious stone or some sort of metal type. And I mean, it's just a natural progression to the competitive rewards. But yeah, I want to know if this is below or above gold.
Need those emerald zenyatta balls. They look so cool.
Me
Yeah,
too.
that does look good.
So when we add Emerald weapons, we'll convert all of our current competitive points into a legacy currency that you can still spend on golden weapons if you want. But to show these off, you'll need to earn competitive points in the new season.
Yeah, and I think
Okay,
what's
they're
really exciting
redoing
about this,
competitive.
I love the new redesign, but there is this annual cadence that we are trying to bring into the competitive side in Overwatch. And I know when we first launched Overwatch 2, the seasonal reset in placement was very controversial. But this is going along with a whole set of additional rewards, a redistribution of players across the ranks. And we think that initial set of placements now is worth it to get everything else that we've got. And it's also like a really
I'm a little
exciting
intrigued
moment
by the
for
new
players to look
competitive
forward to,
points and having them be
annual
legacy
every 2
competitive
months is
points
probably
moving
good.
forward for your old ones. That's
So,
interesting.
going
I don't
back
know
to
why
some
they're
of your
doing that.
problems, We know that the competitive challenges page was really confusing, and that was the only place
Okay.
to see how to earn our rewards. So
Oh,
we
I forgot they
removed
had a competitive
challenges
challenge
so that
one. I didn't
new
even
page to
do
show
it because it's
progress
literally just
towards
finish
seasonal
and then you
rewards.
get your points.
We think this page is a much cleaner way to show rewards and the requirements to get them.
Ooh.
You may have also noticed that smaller progress bar in the top right again. Instead of our old end-of-season challenges that rewarded competitive points based on your final rank, wins and losses both progress you toward big payouts of competitive points.
Good. So it
Just
is
like our
another
current weekly
layer of
challenges,
competitive challenges.
wins
Good. I
grant a
like
lot
this
of bonus
competitive progress. I like this
And another
screen
small
a lot.
we're going to make is showing the range of ranks in the match instead of
The
just the average.
range.
You can see that
Okay.
on
Like
top
not
right.
an average, but the range. I like that. I like that a lot. An average
We're
is
also
just
planning a lot of bigger
not enough
changes
info.
after season 9, like with grouping and competitive, for example.
After 9.
We want
Wait.
players to be able to play with their friends, so we'll be removing most of our current grouping restrictions. To do that, though, we have to rethink how we make competitive matches. So if you're a diamond player and you want to group with your bronze friend, we'll allow that, but we'll classify your group as a wide group. You'll only play against other wide groups. And we'll
Ooh,
try to find
okay.
groups with a similar shape as yours. So if you're a diamond tank and your friend is a bronze support, we'll try to find another diamond tank and bronze support for the other team. No problem.
So what they're doing now, what it seems like what they're doing is what they were already doing kind of like on the sly, where if you were a diamond tank with a GM support, or if you were in a GM game and you maybe had like a diamond like player, the other team would also have that range. But now they're making sure to like you're queuing with your friends, and notice they say almost all restrictions, which means that unfortunately top 500/GM are probably going to still be stuck duo queuing, which unless they say otherwise, that's my initial thought. But I like that they are being more transparent and saying, look, like you can queue with your friends who are higher than you and they can help boost you, but you're going to be going up against people who have the same amount in there during competitive. So it won't be as much of a boost. You're just going to be playing on their level. And so it's like you're either going to win or lose based on that. So like you go into a lobby with a bunch of platinum people, then as if you're bronze 5, you better show up because you're going to be playing against a bunch of platinums.
As you probably guessed, the existence of wide groups also means we'll have narrow groups. And this is great as a solo player because you'll only ever play with narrow groups or other solos.
I like
We
that.
expect to see some big improvements to match quality for solo players.
I like that a lot. As a person who often solo queues competitively, I think that being paired up maybe against you have a crew of people, like there's somebody on your team that is duoed with somebody else, or on the enemy team, maybe there's a couple people. They're all maybe in the same range, but it's the idea that they're communicating a little bit more than you're communicating, which can make or break a game. So putting a narrow group on it means that you're going to be dealing with a lot more people who are solo. Maybe they don't communicate as often, and it's going to be a little bit more tight knit on that closeness of rank on your skill level. I like this a lot.
Another win is this gives us fewer Smurfs. Since the only way to avoid our current grouping restrictions right now to play with your friends is to create new accounts. So you won't need to do that anymore.
Cool.
Nice.
Okay, so that's the update on the competitive system.
I like it. I like everything that they talked
like,
about. That was amazing. I love how much information we're getting now from the Overwatch team. Like I said previously, the communication from like when I started playing Overwatch to the communication that we have now is light years more than what we had. For just a little bit of reference, if you've never played Overwatch before, before Overwatch 2 existed, Overwatch 1 existed. And what Overwatch 1 was it was a paid game, and it would periodically be updated with balance changes, and it would just release updates, and they would be fun little events and whatever. But like by the time that BlizzCon 2019 had happened, that was it for content releases for Overwatch 1. It wasn't until 2022 with the announcement of Overwatch 2 and the deletion of Overwatch 1 that we started to see just what exactly the Overwatch team had in store for Overwatch. And now we get weekly, if not like at least monthly, updates to where we are now and what's coming into the future. There is a mid-season balance pass change on top of initial balance patch changes that happen with the beginning of each season. Each season is about 4 to 6 weeks. And in that time, there is so much communication that we receive. And this is just like the icing on the cake for BlizzCon to give us all of this information, because we would have received it either way. But because they have this platform to showcase just exactly how much they're working on and what they want to bring the community, you can tell there's heart in this team. There is so much that they want to do. They want to make it better. They want to make this the best live service game for the people who truly love the game. And that includes me. Everything that they talked about with the competitive rework, everything that they talked about in this What's Next panel was very exciting. Legitimately though, we hit this roadblock all the time with Overwatch. We hear a lot of exciting things that are coming in the future, and it just doesn't ever get to be delivered just exactly how we want it. But with the battle pass changes and the competitive updates and the more competitive rewards, everything that they talked about leads us down a very hopeful and bright road. I'm here for it. I'm excited for it. BlizzCon 2023 was amazing to watch. I will always love Overwatch 2. It is one of my favorite games, no matter how frustrating it makes me. It's because of the heart that the team puts into the game. And I just really can't wait to experience everything that they have for this game. That's it for me. Tell me what you guys thought of the What's Next panel. What are your thoughts about the competitive updates? I want to know down below in the comments. Definitely like the video as well. And thank you for the support. As always, don't forget to subscribe, and I will catch you on the next video. Goodbye. God, I had this up for like 2 freaking days now. I can finally get rid of this stupid window.